This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Dana versus Trujillo. You all have been together for 4 years, you're married, you have one child together, and this relationship, which started online, may go offline permanently. It all depends on what happens today. Is that right, Ms. Dana?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You've initiated this case. Tell us why.
I came here today because we got married, and after the honeymoon, everything went downhill.
It went downhill right after the honeymoon.
Yes.
And all because you believe
he is cheating.
That's not true.
So how did we end up with this short-lived honeymoon, Mr. Trujillo?
The relationship originally was meant to start out as just a one-night stand, and that was it.
Wow.
But it must have been something about her that made you decide you want to get married.
She kind of grew on me as time went on, I guess you could say.
Do you see what you're saying is causing her pain? She is standing there crying. This is the woman you stood in front of somebody and said, I'll be with her. Good, bad, or indifferent.
At this point anymore, with her accusations, her feelings don't mean anything to me.
Wow. Oh, boy. All right. Miss Dana, what were the warning signs for you that something was going on?
He goes into the other room when he has a phone call and talks to other women.
That's not true.
How do you know it's other women?
From the past, he has cheated on me.
That's not true.
Okay.
It's not
and
true.
so based on those behaviors when he was cheating before, you're seeing those same behaviors now?
Correct.
All right.
And all this has led you to believe there's got to be somebody else in the picture. That's why you've had this change in your relationship.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Trujillo, you have talked about how these accusations have just shut you down, but I'm still trying to get to the core of your relationship before the accusations started.
There are times where when we're together, I'm very happy, and I'm not even looking at other women. I'm just having fun with her.
Yeah, right.
All right.
So, one more question.
Okay, love.
So, is it fair to say that you loved her at some point?
Yes, I do.
You love her now?
My love for her has dwindled.
Okay. Right. And you've fallen out because of the accusations?
Not completely, but I'm starting to.
Okay.
But now these cheating allegations have surfaced, and it has just really torn you all apart.
Yes.
Have you found anything that makes you think he's cheating?
So we were driving in the car, and I was on the phone with my mother, and she had me write a phone number down. So I asked Lou where the pen was, and he said it's in the driver's glove box. So I looked in there, and I found condoms.
All right.
Okay.
Do you all use condoms?
No, we do not.
All right.
I don't mean to laugh about it, but I am, only because of the fact that I had gone over to my mother's house previously before that.
I'm not seeing the connection between mom and the found condoms. Help me real quick, get there somewhere.
when I went to my mother's house and I did what I needed to do, she goes, oh, wait a minute, one more thing before you go, wait here. So I stood there, she went to her bedroom, and she came back, and she said, hold out your hand. I held out my hand, and she stuck the condoms in my hand, and she said, use these next time you have sex with Kelsey. I don't want you to have any more children with her. I'm done raising grandkids.
So your own mother doesn't want you to have any more kids with your wife?
No.
Wow.
And did you say, Mom, that's none of your business? Mom, I'm not going to... what did you do to defend your wife in this situation?
I laughed about it.
Oh, he's a mama's boy.
Miss Dana, did you know about this? Did you know that's how he came to get those condoms?
I think it's full of malarkey.
You don't believe
my mother on the phone, and because she asked me and she was accusing me, and I said, you don't believe me? She goes, no. So I called my mom on the Bluetooth in the car, and I told my mom, I said, hey, did you give me these condoms or not? My mom started laughing. She goes, why? Is Kelsey mad? I said, she's sitting next to me in the car. She's very upset. And my mom said, Kelsey, you need to calm down. I gave them to him as a joke. She said, he's not cheating on you. She said, you just need to get over your insecurities.
Well, we have a statement that was submitted to the court from your mother, and her name is Miss Alma Sanchez. This is your mother speaking, and it reads, I went to my doctor's office and saw a bowl saying, free condoms, take one. I took it upon myself to get about 5 condoms. When I got home, I woke Lou up and said, hey, I got a present for you, and gave them to him. I told Lou that I didn't want him to make any more kids with Kelsey. If I could have predicted how bad their relationship would turn out, I would have gave Lou the condoms years ago.
Oh, okay.
And so,
Well, I think it's true. She's not your biggest fan.
No, I don't like her.
Okay, I think it's mutual.
what other reason do you believe that he's cheating?
I had saw that his desktop was open, and I looked, and it was a sex site.
Okay, when you say a sex site, how-to, pictures, videos?
Dirty pictures, him sending messages to other females. And I confronted him and I said, if you want to stay married. But if we don't fix this, this marriage is over.
I don't know why she's upset about it, to be honest with you. Only because of the fact that we had discussed previously when we were dating before, and even when we got married and through the marriage, about possibly spicing up our relationship by swinging, having threesomes.
Not true, Your Honor.
No, yes, it is.
Not this wife.
It is 100% true.
Did you see anything to these other women?
The one message that I saw pop up, I was at work that day, and he had said that I can host. She's not here.
All right, and you submitted those to the court?
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Trujillo, you wrote, morning, delicious lady.
Thank you for taking a moment out of your day to message me. Be patient, and I'll get back to you.
Hi, sexy. I'm 7.5 thick and can host.
Uh-huh. There was another message?
Yes, there was.
All right.
A few days later. Morning, sexy. That's his line. He likes that.
I see.
Morning, sexy.
Good morning.
I would love to blank you. Horny Hispanic male able to host solo or looking for ongoing threesomes with my wife.
That's what I'm talking about, how we discussed having threesomes or the couple swap. That's
Okay, but you stayed in there solo or
she
threesomes.
gave me permission. She allowed me
Never
permission.
said that.
Yes, you did. You're
No,
lying.
I
You know
didn't.
you're lying.
No.
Okay, Miss Dana, have you all ever had a conversation about threesomes?
No.
So you're like, you don't know where this is coming from?
No, I don't.
She's trying to play the victim, Your Honor. She is lying. Lying.
Oh, and you play the
That's
victim
all she does
quite
is
a
lie.
bit.
That's all she does is
So, Mr. Trujillo, you don't deny that you sent these messages?
Absolutely not. She can see those messages whenever she wants. She can log into it. She can look at them. She can see everything.
So why is the password changed on there then?
Because you change it because you get mad that I'm on there doing exactly what you wanted us to do.
Yeah,
She's changed the
right.
password 3 different times. And I told her, I said, why is the password changed? Somebody sent us a message interested in us. She said, I know you're cheating. You're talking to other females. I said, yeah, for the purpose of what we discussed. But
Because
she's
you
changed the
are
password.
cheating.
Okay.
And this is one of the reasons you started accusing him of cheating.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. I'm just tired of it. I have 2 boys that I have to raise, and I told them, you keep doing this, we're divorcing, you need to get the hell out of my house, and I'm taking the kids with me.
Please tell me you don't have anything else.
Well, the lube receipt.
All right. I don't even know if I want to know, but tell me what you got. Tell me what happened.
Okay, so I came home from work, and it was paid for 2 lubricants, and that store is not too far from our home.
Okay. So you find a receipt, which you submitted to the court.
Yes.
For a 3 lube, that's what it says on the receipt, pillow pack, but that's lubricant, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And, okay, well, there's the map. There's your house. There's the store.
And it was a sex store?
Yes.
Okay.
And he hadn't used that or suggested you all use the lubricant, had he?
No, I never want. I'm just not comfortable with that, and I've told him that a million times.
That's not true. That's not true.
You think he's using this lubricant in your house with all of these messages going back, I can host, I can have you over. He's running to the store, getting the stuff he needs to host.
Yes. While I'm at work or I'm doing something
We
else.
had used it in our relationship prior because we had discussed about possibly having anal sex. We had discussed doing it again the night before I bought.
Please don't tell me anymore. I can't.
We gotta know.
No, we don't.
We have to know.
No, we don't. What we need to, no, we don't. Here's the thing. You're saying that you got this to use with your wife.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to stop you right there. And you're saying, I don't know who he was using them with, but it wasn't me.
It was not me, Your Honor.
All right, I don't think I can take any more testimony, Mr. Cutler. I think let's look at what we got.
But there's so much more.
No. No. No, I'm not old enough for this conversation, so we're gonna just keep it moving.
We've got conflicting stories. We need to figure this out. And to do that, this court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call former military interrogator Lena Cisco to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort Ms. Cisco in.
Lena Cisco.
Ms. Cisco, good day. How are you?
Good day, Your Honors. How are you both?
Doing good. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Would you state your credentials, please, for the court?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a former military interrogator, and I'm certified by the Department of Defense. And shortly after the events of 9/11, I deployed to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, where I interrogated members of Al-Qaeda and Taliban. Shortly after that time, I started training law enforcement personnel, military personnel, government agency personnel, and still train them to this day in interview and interrogation techniques.
All right, tell us what you did to investigate this case.
I had the accused write a witness statement, and I go through that and do a statement analysis. So I'm looking for any indicators of truthfulness and deception. I studied the case file and I put together an interrogation plan, and then I interrogated Mr. Trujillo to see if he was cheating.
As it pertains to Ms. Dana's accusations about the condoms and the lubricant, what did you determine?
When I asked Mr. Trujillo about the lubricant, he was very forthcoming with me, and he took me back to that day and told me in detail exactly what happened. And that is an indicator of truthfulness. While he was telling me this, he had great eye contact, which is also another indicator of truthfulness. And then he went on to tell me why he was purchasing them, and that was because he and his wife wanted to have anal sex. When I asked him about the condoms, he sat up in his chair, had a great eye contact, and spoke with me with open palms. So open palms means, hey, I have nothing to hide, I'm being honest. And again, gave me so much detail that to me, that was a good indicator of truthfulness. He also told me the story that he shared with you all in court about how his mother called into the phone and how his mother told the both of them that she indeed gave him the condoms because she didn't want him to have any more children.
So what about the dating sites that we've heard testimony about? What happened with those?
He admitted to me about propositioning 2 women on the dating sites, and he also admitted to having sex with both of them at separate times.
Oh, boy.
Ms. Dana, I presume this is the first you've heard of this.
Yeah.
You did not know that not 1, but 2 women had been to your home to have sex with your husband.
Your Honor, she knew about it, and not only did she know, but she was up to the idea of having the threesome, backed out, and then told me I could sleep with these women.
Mr. Trujillo, I'm looking at the expression on her face.
I never said that.
The expression on her face does not look like a woman who
She's
knew.
a great liar.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
A
Okay.
professional, even. I would go so far as to say a professional liar.
Okay.
Not true.
All right. Ms. Cisco,
Yes, Your Honor.
what was your conclusion after you completed your investigation?
Mr. Trujillo was so forthcoming with me with all the details. He didn't withhold anything, and everything that he shared in court with you all, he shared with me as well. I saw no indicators of deception, And he also informed me a lot of information about not just the accusations, but about the relationship as well. And when I asked him, how do you feel about your wife and this marriage? He said, you know, I don't know if it can survive.
How are you feeling?
Disgusted with him.
Yeah. Angry?
Very hurt, angry, and I just want to co-parent and that's it. I want nothing to do with him.
You have been married 11 years and you are currently separated. Mr. Wilder,
Yes.
why have you brought your wife to our court?
I'm here today because I dearly love this woman and I'm here to fight for my marriage and to resolve the issue if she's been lying to me or not about her faithfulness.
Okay,
All
so
right.
Ms. Wilder, what do you want to prove today?
I have been with this man faithfully for 11 years. We have 6 children together. I have never cheated on this man. Never. Yet, I mean, every little thing can give him the idea that I've cheated, and if it doesn't have to be proof. Anything. He will
Once
think
bitten, twice shy. Is where I
never bitten,
feel.
never shy.
But here's the thing. You all are living separately, not only separately, but in different states.
Yes, we are.
I'm willing to fight for
All
my marriage.
because you believe that she's cheating.
It's gotten to that point that we cannot be together peacefully because he will not believe that I'm faithful, and I don't want to live that way. Once I can prove to this man that I'm faithful, I would love for us to come back together if he can leave the past behind him.
That's all
and
I want to
move
do
on.
is leave the past behind us and us come to a point to where she admits it and we can move on. I want to leave that behind. I'm tired of it resurfacing.
So you want to show that she's not cheating, but you're afraid that that's what the results will show.
I know in my heart that she has, and I want it eats her away, and therefore it eats away at our marriage. And I want to resolve it. I love this woman. I believe in our vows. She's the mother of my children. I would die for this woman. I just want to move forward in life.
Mr. Wilder, who do you specifically believe Mrs. Wilder has cheated?
A former neighbor of ours.
That's just one of them.
That-
He said half of the town that we lived in at one time. He said my doctor at one time. He has smelled my hand when I came out the doctor's office.
Okay, wait. Did you sniff her hand?
I did.
He did.
And what were you sniffing for?
Well, she dresses
It
up for
wasn't
this
lotion.
doctor a lot sexier for him than me. She wears a sleek cut-off shirt and her
No,
boob
sir.
cleavage hanging out. And you don't dress like that for me. But
Okay.
when you go to your doctor's appointment, all of a sudden you're all dolled up and for not your husband.
Well, Ms. Wilder, do you dress provocatively when you go to your doctor's office?
Dress provocatively whenever I want, but I wouldn't
But
call
not for
provocatively.
me, but not for me.
What for you?
But I will admit, she's a broken lady waiting to be mended. I love this woman dearly. I'm the one
Y'all are
who
broken.
invited the devil into our life. I'm the spiritual leader of our home. I dropped the ball. Happy women do not cheat. I'm the one
That's true.
that's
Unhappy women don't cheat sometimes too, buddy.
Well, I hope that's the case, and I hope I'm wrong.
Did she ever dress provocatively for you in the beginning? Is that how she got your attention?
Yes, she did. In the very beginning, I met Jessica at a restaurant in South Mississippi doing Hurricane Katrina cleanup. She was a young, beautiful woman that caught my eye. She was over in the corner. I looked over, she flashed the come on smile, and there my heart went zippity-thump, and she had me right then and there.
And it must be true because she's just grinning. She's just grinning.
Okay, hold up. I want to define provocative because I have my own style and I dress loud as can be, okay? I wear my leggings that's something crazy. That's just how I am. That's just how I dress. So, I mean...
But whatever it is, it worked
It
for
worked,
him.
yeah.
It
well,
worked
yeah,
for
and
you
I'm
to
sure
get
it
him.
worked for somebody
Yeah.
else if it was up of mine too, but
We
I
were
love
the-
that fool.
we were the picture.
And I ain't never
We were
cheated
the
on
picture
him.
perfect family. I would
You
work,
say we
come
were.
home.
That's not true. You say we were.
I
You say
allowed
we
the
were.
devil in, and you give an inch, he takes them out, and I'm here to fight for my marriage. Death do
invited
us
the devil
part.
in.
Two becomes one flesh, and never will I give up on our marriage. You're my wife. I love you.
Well, I'm
All
telling
right,
you
Mr.
right
Wilder.
now,
Okay, when you say you let the devil in,
Correct.
what do you mean?
I opened Pandora's box by encouraging us watching porn together and let this be a witness to everybody and all, that's the downfall of our marriage.
And that ain't where it stops neither.
All right, so whose idea was it to start watching porn?
Well, it always piqued my interest, but she actually, beforehand, if there was a breast that come on the television, I had to cover my head or cover my eyes or get smacked. But she did allow it at one point.
I did at one time.
And she saw a passion in me that brought out, but that was the devil's lie.
I appeased him to get what I wanted, which
Yeah.
was passion from him. He would ignore me. He wouldn't look at me with any kind of passion in his eyes, and I felt alone, and I was flipping through it, and there it was, and guess what? I got what I wanted, which was passion from my husband, which I did do that. That was the first time that we watched that.
And then after that, I really pushed for it.
So did you do that basically to spice things up?
Yeah, to spice
Take
things
it up a
yeah.
notch.
I mean, to take it up to the first notch, yes.
But
And it took you up to the first notch.
It was fun for a while, but the night that he told me that he wanted to take something to the next step and spice things up even more, it broke my heart. And
Tell me about that.
He wanted to basically involve other people.
dirty talk led to action, and that was involved another couple, and we did it once, and I highly regretted it after it was done.
So who found the couple? How did that happen?
We found them on a website online, and actually.
Okay, but Mr. Wilder, you found the couple.
I did.
Okay, what did you say to him? How do you initiate that conversation?
Hello, how are you?
We got to know this couple first, and then we did what we did the one time, and it did not turn out well.
When you say did what you did, I mean, you were reluctant at first, but you kind of got into the swing of things, right? What happened?
What happened was...
Hold up, he asked me that question.
What happened was...
Woohoo.
After the heat of the moment, it broke my heart because I knew what I'd done, and I basically freaked out and took off down the road.
I don't know what you did.
Without me.
What happened?
Without me, with me running behind.
Okay.
Were you sexually intimate with the other couple?
We were.
Do you regret doing this?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did you ever do it again?
No.
Okay,
right.
so how do you go from swinging to sleeping with a neighbor?
I believe her to be running around with one of her friends' husbands.
That is not true.
I worked all the time. She was a stay-at-home mother, and this man did not work either, and they had a relationship that I thought was inappropriate.
Okay,
And
Mr. Wilder, what was inappropriate about it?
her and him communicating together on the phone.
Your wife can't talk.
What kind of communication? Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. She would leave the room. You have to ask her.
But how do you know it was
I would leave
inappropriate?
the room, would I?
Well,
that is not
how
true.
would you like some man calling your wife half the time? Would you call that appropriate?
yeah.
Yeah. You would call that appropriate? Some man calling you all the time?
All the time?
All the time. You leave the room every time a man calls?
That's not. I did not leave the room every time that.
Oh,
man
Okay,
yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't know that it's inappropriate on its face, but I love you and I want you to feel comfortable, and if it made you feel uncomfortable, I would not do it. And I would
Right.
tell him not to call me.
Okay.
Mr. Wilder, did you tell your wife you were uncomfortable with that relationship?
I made it very clear to both of them that I was uncomfortable with this relationship.
So what did you do with that information? Did you stop having that relationship with him, whatever it
No,
was?
I didn't.
Did you have feelings for this gentleman?
Absolutely not.
There was no emotional tie with
Nothing
him?
whatsoever.
Mr. Wilder, do you believe that?
Come to my
No, I
house
don't.
with my friend.
Well, when my antennas first went up was when I would hear her
Oh,
talk
Lord,
on the
those
phone.
antennas.
It sounded like the way she used to talk to me. I found a condom wrapper on the bathroom
Yes, he did.
sink that had been ripped open. I never use condoms. Why is there condoms in the home? And I had been out of town for a week working. And I come home and there's an empty condom wrapper on the bathroom counter.
Okay,
with
so
no
let me
condom,
make sure I
just the
understand.
wrapper.
Let me make sure I understand. You've been out of town, you come home and find in the bathroom an empty condom wrapper.
Correct.
And you said what?
I said
How do you
yes.
explain that?
He did find an empty condom wrapper. My kids love to blow up condoms.
The older kid,
Okay, wait.
No, I'm serious.
Okay, if your husband doesn't use condoms, how do you know they like blowing them up?
Because I got them from the health department in a little brown
Why are you
paper bag.
getting condoms from
Because
the
I'm
health
a hoarder
department?
half the time. I get whatever. I'll get something if it's free. I mean, it's free. And I just had them. I know it don't make sense, but seriously.
Ron, are you buying this?
Don't buy
Okay.
it. That's why I get it. I don't buy it either. No, I know it sounds weird. I know it does. If I was of a mind to cheat, I would send the fella, first of all, back with his rubber and his wrapper. I wouldn't be leaving it in my house. And second of all, like the underwear, the
boxers that aren't
boxers.
mine. I wear briefs most.
Yeah.
Please tell me about
Explain
this.
that, Mr. Wilder. You found on the floor, on the bed, on the chair, on the dresser. Where were the boxers?
On the floor.
On the floor in your bedroom.
Correct.
Okay. So you look at the boxers. Do you wear boxers?
No, sir, I wear briefs.
Okay, so you don't even wear boxers.
Correct.
So immediately you know they're not yours.
Correct.
All right. So you see the boxers. What do you do then?
I ask her, whose boxers are these?
And what response did she give you?
I think she blamed it on one of her teenage nephews.
I had been packing my house up, getting ready to move to Georgia. Okay, I don't know how they got on my bedroom floor, but I guarantee you I wasn't doing nothing with nobody and sent him home without his underwear. But they weren't his boxers because they weren't his size, and my family members come and stay with me all the time, and I had just had one stay with me and leave. So, I mean, I don't know whose they were. Honestly.
You don't know whose, this mysterious pair of boxers, you don't have any idea whose they were.
And you know what?
Not
I
specifically
might
at the
believe
moment.
that. I might believe that. But not on your bedroom floor. I mean, if they were in the bathroom or the
Yeah,
laundry
why-
room or
I
the
wouldn't
kids'
even-
room.
And another
would be easy
issue I
for me
have
to-
is her cell phone is full of sexy, provocative selfies that aren't sent to me, and she is very secretive with her phone.
I'm
and she
secretive with my
hundreds
phone
of
because
pictures, and
he
I'm
broke
not
my phone.
receiving any of these pics.
So when you say
These are
provocative
paws and
pictures,
panties, and look at me.
okay. Ms. Wilder, do you have these pictures in your phone?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Selfies?
Yes.
Okay.
Even
Are
bought
you
a
sending them
selfie
to
stick.
your husband?
I did one time until he got mad and said that picture looked too good. I must be sending it to somebody else. And so guess what?
You started sending
Send
to
them
somebody else.
Okay, I did start sending them to somebody else because he told me that we were over with one night. He told me basically I was a piece of crap. I've been with this man for 11 years, and he keeps pushing me. And finally one night I broke, and I started messaging somebody else, and he told me to.
It was just a smart aleck moment when I was like, I don't care, it's over, do what you will. It's not, I didn't instruct her to do it. I said, do what you will.
So that was you were angry and you just lashed out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ms. Wilder, we've got the condom wrapper and we've got the sexy pictures and we got the boxers. Are you telling this court that you have not had sexual relations with any man other than your husband, excluding the couple that you were with? That was consensual.
Nobody else.
Aside from that.
Nobody else.
So 11 years of marriage is on the line.
Absolutely.
Well, to get to the bottom of this, the court has ordered a polygraph examination for Ms. Wilder, and we have the results. Ron, would you please escort our certified polygraph examiner, Mr. Michael Williams, into the courtroom?
Yes, Sean.
As a certified polygraph examiner, you've probably seen lots of cases with people being accused of infidelity.
Yes, sir.
Well, in this case, Ms. Wilder was asked a series of questions. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
All right.
You asked Ms. Wilder this question. Since being married to Mr. Wilder, other than the one time he is aware of, has she had sexual contact with a neighbor? What was her response?
She said no.
What did the lie detector reveal?
The lie detector determined that Mrs. Wilder was being truthful.
Y'all ain't gotta clap for me. I'm told the truth.
Mr. Wilder, is that the answer you were looking for?
Yeah, I can't help it. I have a suspicious mind.
Yes, you can help it. Don't say you
Well,
can't.
we will come back to
Hey,
that.
I love her and thank God for it.
Hold on, we have one more question.
Okay, let's hear it.
Mrs. Wilder was asked, was the condom Mr. Wilder found in the bathroom from a sexual encounter she had with another man? What was her response?
She said no.
What did the lie detector reveal?
The lie detector instrumentation determined that on this question, she was being truthful.
I told you.
All right.
So, Mr. Wilder, what does this mean for you?
This means that I'm sorry, Jessica. I have a suspicious mind.
No.
And listen,
I don't
hey.
want to hear no I have a suspicious mind.
Well, I'm sorry,
You're
I'm
sorry.
goofy.
I appreciate that.
I love you.
But you
and-
need to do something about that suspicious mind because I'm done with it. I'm done.
Okay.
You know, your husband has said to you, you're not doing the things you used to do. You need to do some of that. Not all the time, not every day, because 6 kids later, you don't feel like doing all that all the time. But you need to make a date night. Mr. Cullen and I have a lunch date every Wednesday, and we work together. You need to do those things. And it will make him feel differently that you're engaged.